Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jackie and I am forever faithful. Thank you for joining my channel where I share experiences, lessons about my faith walk. I wanted to share with you an exercise that I did years ago to kind of help me heal myself after so much trauma within my family. And initially I thought, it seemed kind of odd or weird because it was something I was doing that was new to me. But in the end, I realized that it was actually a really good exercise. And I'm talking about this is because we all are dealing with unhealed wounds from our childhood, from traumas that we may have experienced in our childhood. And I just wanted to express how important it is to talk to our younger selves. Meaning there is a little Jackie inside of me. That little girl that experienced the trauma as a child is still inside of me, waiting to be heard. So it's like this exercise is really about talking to your younger self. In order to heal, we have to feel. So this exercise is about getting a picture of you from your childhood, sitting it in front of you, and actually having a conversation with yourself, with your younger self. Talk to her, talk to him about it. You will probably have a barrage of memories coming back up, as well as emotions that are attached to those memories. And I guess the question is, what would you say to your younger self? What advice would you give your younger self? And what words of comfort would you give your younger self? It seems like a very simple and easy exercise, but it's very powerful. Because until you look at yourself as a young girl or a young boy, you realize that you experienced a lot and that a lot of things that you are currently dealing with now is a reflection of what you dealt with in your childhood. And it's so important to heal that child, to heal that little girl, to heal that little boy. Because whether we realize it or not, they are still kind of controlling our lives. Through the pain, the hurt, the drama, the trauma, the abuse, whatever it may be, that we as adults are still allowing this little girl, this little boy rule our lives based on things that happened in our childhood. So in order to truly let go of the drama and all the trauma, we have to feel it in order to heal it. And going back to childhood, you think, oh yeah, it affected me, but not that much. But really, I didn't think it did either. Until I looked at myself, until I started to recall experiences where I felt like I wasn't being heard. I felt like I was alone. I felt like I wasn't valued. I didn't matter. What I said didn't hold any weight as a little girl. So that's why I just think it's a great thing to do. To You got to feel the sadness, the madness, the doubts, the abandonment, you know, the lack of kindness, the lack of compassion, the lack of love, the lack of understanding, you know, the lack of attention, the lack of affection, and the lack of direction on where you should go, you know, with your life. Whatever those issues may be, it's so important to take a look at it, because that little girl, that little boy is still waiting to be heard. And only you as an individual can heal that little girl or that little boy by actually dealing with the emotions behind it all, whether it's positive or negative. I'm talking about the negative emotions because it's what's controlling us in our adult lives. But again, it's one of those exercises where you may want to definitely have, like, you know, a pen and paper to write, because some things may come to you, and you may even get some clarification or some clarity about why you are the way you are today. And I realized the way that I am the way that I am today, which is independent, very independent, and not allowing people to sway me on what I felt was best for me, is because I have pretty much have done this most of my life. You know, going to the adults or the elders in the family and expressing some things that were troubling to me, but I felt like I was being ignored or, you know, not valued. And I realized even then that even as the adults, that they're not making the best decisions for me as a little girl. So I knew then that I needed to make decisions for myself on my own, that they were not going to take care of me in the way that I needed to be taken care of. They were not going to hear me the way that I needed to be heard. So I had to become very independent, making decisions for myself. I would say definitely by the age of 10, you know. But I didn't even realize that I felt like I had been abandoned or, you know, left at the wayside by my own family, until I pulled out that picture from my childhood and talked to her. And then I began to write, to journal all the things that were coming up inside of me, so I can get it out on paper, which was very therapeutic, I must say. And it's something that I definitely would suggest for others to give it a try, at least, because you never know until you try. But I found it to be very powerful. So I hope that this will be able to help you heal in some form or fashion by doing this exercise. And I hope and pray that we can all heal from our childhood traumas sooner than later, right? Okay, well, that's all I wanted to share. So you guys have a great day. Until next time, take care. Bye.